Ooh, a PvP. May the 4-8 be with you.
Alright, everybody, welcome to Imba TV, where everything is in balance. This is the Firelight Deathmatch that we are covering right here, right now. We've got UberSquirrel fighting against Chzbrgr. It's going to be a PvP. Chzbrgr spawning on the bottom as the Teal Protoss, and up here at the top of Chzbrgr Caverns, we've got UberSquirrel as the Orange Protoss. Why don't you take it away for a little bit, Zomax?
Absolutely.
You got the camera.
Okie dokie. So it's a Protoss versus Protoss match. We'll be shortly out of here in 6 minutes and 30 seconds. On to the next game. We either see a tower rush or a proxy gate. Both pylons have gone down at 8, and they're currently at the same supply. Let's hope that nobody accidentally chrono boost out their 9th probe, because that's a very common mistake that almost all newer Protoss players do. So let's see. We're just doing a probe scout here. Looks like Blue's going to opt to scout on 12, possibly. Or Orange is thinking tricky, and he's going to go down for an early Forge look around.
Yeah, let's see what these players are thinking as this probe enters the base. We'll see. Chzbrgr has laid down the first gateway. First gateway down here for Squirrel. So it doesn't look like anything too cheesy yet.
No, absolutely. And the only real difference is that their gateway's gone down at the same time, but Teal was a little more Johnny on the spot with his chrono boost, so he's one probe ahead for about half a build time. Won't really make too much of a difference, but oh, we're getting sneaky. UberSquirrel wants to hide his probe around. What most Protoss players don't really realize is that you don't have to leave the base until the Stalker comes out. And the Stalker comes out at 4 minutes and 7 seconds. There you go. 4 minutes and 7 seconds. You can just sit around the base and run around from probes. Set yourself on patrol. And here's another really cool tip. If you do a patrol and you make no angle sharper than 90 degrees, they can never do damage to you.
Oh,
so if you do like a stop sign,
oh yeah,
as soon as you make that
cool,
90-degree turn, they'll be able to hit you once and your shields do it. But if a probe is chasing you around and you have obtuse angles, not acute angles, you will be
safe,
unable to take damage.
That's sweet. UberSquirrel lays down his core. And look at this interesting move here from Chzbrgr. 2 gateways, no core yet.
Normally indicates Blink Stalker build, but the core is slightly late. There it is. Both of them have been saving up quite a bit of chrono, and we're already on that chrono boost. So his probe count is 2 lower, but his core's out. And we got a little tricky pylon in the back. And did he manage to lock his probe in there?
No, he did not. We do see that probe did get taken out by other probes in Chzbrgr's mineral line. There's the scout. Chzbrgr did scout out and see this pylon. So that pylon will go down. Looks like
those 2 early zealots.
Looks like Squirrel is sending out a stalker across the field. Going to hit that Xel'Naga watchtower and stay there. We do see a probe also coming out from Squirrel, as Warp Gate Tech is about 75% complete.
I think this Chzbrgr. Chzbrgr lacks a little bit of mustard, my friend. He hasn't even started his Warp Gate Tech now. When he figures that one out, he's going to be very upset.
And he just
5
did.
minute start time. And only 1 chrono boost.
And a Forge is out right now as well.
He is 120 seconds behind on that chrono. But these early zealots that he was producing might make the difference. Target that pylon, buddy.
See another stalker warping in.
Got a lot of good free hits on him while he was coming in. 5 seconds worth of DPS is always a welcome thing to see. And what a brave little man, going for the fast expand.
Wow.
Got to open that 4th gate up there in UberSquirrel's base. Really want to make use of that production structure.
This pylon will go down.
And he's going to get supply blocked if he's not careful. So he's got to be on that one. And things are really swinging into Chzbrgr's
favor. That's right.
That's right. Yeah. Let's take a look at the drone count. Yeah, he's got his macro going. He's a little bit rough in the early game, but he's really pulling through with these decisions here. Warp gate is just finishing up at 7 minutes. This is probably the latest warp gate on record in tournament play.
We also see Chzbrgr, almost halfway finished with his Nexus. And it's interesting to see that Nexus go down, I'd say. But we'll see what Chzbrgr's going to be able to do. As he does take, he is currently in the, still in the lead, like you were saying, in the probe count. I don't know. Is UberSquirrel going to do some aggression here?
Really, to make this army effective, he's going to wait for that. Well, he doesn't even have the blink tech yet. Got to have that blink going, and he's pushing out in the Protoss army. If you are going to commit to an attack, you need to bring a probe with you.
Definitely.
Best way to do that is just put it on follow on the guy that's on the tail so that he doesn't get sniped off too easily, and build the pylon when you get there. Because you got to take advantage of that warp gate tech. And look at that. That guy's in there. He's scouting the whole thing. What is he seeing? No fancy tech has gone down. He knows that he's on one base.
He did not see the Twilight Council.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I did not see the Twilight Council either. That's how well it was hidden.
Well, the Twilight Council is just about finished up here. Level 1 attack upgrade going down right now for the ground units of Chzbrgr.
He's still on one gas. That's very ATN Sake. It seems, I think he's doing his single gas fast expand build from ATN Sake rather slowly, but in principle, the mechanics are there.
We do see that Blink Stalker tech is on the way for UberSquirrel, as Squirrel does a push.
About 60 seconds away. If you're going to go tech, you want to wait for it to finish. Don't lose any of those guys before. And Macro, he's pulling into the lead. Something fierce now. A little bit of a supply block problem going down. 76 to 74, so he's ahead on food, but 9 of them are probes. So they're probably about equalized army-wise. 16 Blink Stalkers now to 9 Stalkers and 10 Zealots, 2 Sentries. So if he gets kind of cute with the Blink micro, and a lot of the time what you'll see him poke in, blink back, poke in, blink back, and just abuse that. Effectively, then we're going to blink out one at a time.
Guardian Shield going down from Chzbrgr.
It's pretty good. Get behind that force field. There you go. Units lost. They're completely equal, coming out pretty much the same, mineral-wise.
Another cannon going down after losing that one.
Could really bring that pylon just a little bit closer.
Some blink going down, but these stalkers are getting owned. More stalkers here from UberSquirrel. But I don't know, man. Chzbrgr's got quite a bit of stalkers and sentries and those zealots.
Yeah, his economy is really starting to kick in for him now.
That's right.
As he made the additional production structure, he's got a robo bay coming up. And I don't think it's resources that he's running into. He needs to be burning his chrono boost to get those warp gate timings back down. Both players are using about the same key setup that I used, where they put 4 Nexus. So I think they stole this from In Control. I think that's where I stole it, at least. And the probes are checking each other out back there. I don't know if they saw that.
Hey, man.
They just walked right by.
They're just hanging out, good unions for both these players as they hang out with the enemy, trade secrets. UberSquirrel doing another push.
That
a little
+1
reckless.
is really helping him out. +1 and the Guardian Shield. That's really...
he's playing... UberSquirrel's playing very reckless in this game, as he continues to try to push on 2 cannons, and there's an Immortal in all those Stalkers and Sentries with the +1 attack upgrade that you mentioned. And look at this, Chzbrgr consistently scouting, seeing this
doing
expansion
really
go down. It's a way higher play here from Chzbrgr.
Yeah, and he's saying, okay, you're taking your second, I'll be working on my third.
That's right.
Trying to stay one base ahead the whole time.
Now there is an observer out. There is an observer out on the field for Chzbrgr, but it is not scouting anything in particular. It is just moving around with this unit clump, or this Protoss ball anyway. We also see a Robo support bay going down right now for Chzbrgr, so Colossus are going to be coming out onto the field. Level 1 armor upgrade going down right now for Chzbrgr as he lays down a forward pylon. Looks like UberSquirrel's going to have to do some defense here, pulling out a couple of sentries with all his stalkers. Long distance mining until his Nexus is finished. Not too sure if I agree with that, Zomax.
It's kind of tough, but almost always you want to send your probes at about when the Nexus is about 850 to 900 energy.
Yeah.
You got about 10% of the time left, which is about 15 seconds. Which is normally the amount of time at probe speed from mineral line to mineral line.
Here we go.
A lot of worthless information, but here's a pretty good skirmish. Those pushing those Immortals right up the guts.
Two Guardian Shields here for Chzbrgr, and it looks like these Immortals are just going to chew up and spit out these Stalkers from UberSquirrel. And UberSquirrel could lose the game right here, right now. I think Chzbrgr pulled the GG.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a GG. Couple things that UberSquirrel was doing right. He didn't stop building probes. Probes traditionally aren't the counter to a boatload of gateway units, but they do sometimes turn the tide. Not when they're that grossly outnumbered, though.
I think this one's pretty much over.
And here comes the Harry carry. Oh, and that's just insult to injury.
Yeah, that's right. Slap in the face is Squirrel. GG's.